Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Vlada and today we're gonna be doing makeup looks with Urban Decay Ultraviolet palette. It has peachy shades, it has plum shades with some blue shimmer. It also has purple shades and it has dark blue shades. And I like this packaging. I like this galaxy theme. I think it's so cool and I'm really enjoying to have this palette in my hand. I also like that it has a brush in it. Cool purple brush. So let's try all the shades. So let's get started. So let's start with the first look. I'm gonna start with the shade Mind Sleep. It is soft peachy matte shade and I put it on my crease. Okay, let's try it again. Honestly, still nothing. Hello? I already have a little bit concern because if you can see, I try to have some shade. Is my vision is so bad or this shade is invisible? Still nothing. I already put 100 layers and the only thing I see is a lot of fallout on my lashes. I would say that this shade is not only invisible but has a very dry formula, so it makes skin more textured and enhances wrinkles that you don't even have. Meanwhile, I'm putting this shade under my eyes. It's gonna be a base for the shimmers. And now let's try shade Tripping. This shade is much softer than previous one and it is much easier to work with it. Let's move on to shade Dazed. It's golden pink shimmer and as you can see I really need to dig in hard to get some color from this shade. This shimmer has very dry formula, so it's really hard to pick it up. Not by a brush from this palette, not by a wet brush, not by finger. So this shimmer shade is definitely not as buttery soft as, for example, Natasha Denona or Charlotte Tilbury shimmer shades. Also, I put this shade under my eyes. Honestly, I'm already a little bit tired because it's kind of hard to work with those shades. Let's try another shimmer. It is Lucid. This shimmer is softer than previous one, definitely easier to work with. Also, it has very unique color. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see more of this shade. I put the shade on inner corners of my eyes, also under my brows. And this shade is much more pigmented. Now I'm going to use shade Digital and I'm making soft eyeliner. Then I'm using shade Cyberpunk and I'm putting it on my outer V. In the end, I'm add brown eyeliner and a little bit mascara to my lower lashes and my first look is done. Hi, and let's do second look. I'm gonna start with shade Optimized. It is lavender matte shade and I put it on my crease and on my eyelid. This shade is pretty and is easy to work with, thanks God. But still need to put it multiple times. But comparing to Mind Sleep shade, it's much better. Also, I put it under my eyes. Next shade I'm gonna be using is Cyberpunk. It is violet shimmer and I put it right on my crease. So this purple shade is pretty and it's definitely easier to work with comparing to previous shades and definitely much more pigmented. Meanwhile, I'm putting shade Digital to outer corner of my eye. This shade is smoky black with red micro shimmer and it blends pretty easy with other shades. Next shade I'm gonna be using is Warning. It is bright pink with purple shimmer, quite pigmented comparing to previous shades. By the way, this makeup look matches with my nails. Not the most important thing in the world, but still nicely. Now I'm gonna put shade Lucid on inner corners of my eyes. And also I put it under my brows. I feel like this shade complements every shade in this palette. I finished my second look and I feel like this look is more what I was expecting from this palette. I like this makeup look more than first. It's much brighter, the shades are more pigmented, but that's what I was expecting from the whole palette. Hi, and let's do the third look. I'm gonna start with shade Purple Dust. For me, this shade looks like more dark blue. I put it all over my crease. This shimmer quite pigmented, thanks God. Also, I put it under my eye, but just to outer corner. Also, I put it on the half of my lid. Now I'm gonna put shade Euphoric. I put it on upper part of my crease and blend it with previous shade and also put it on inner corner of my eye. And I feel like this shade looks like previous shade, Purple Dust, but a little bit lighter. But I find this combination very pretty. What do you guys think? Let me finish my second eye and we can see the complete look. This makeup look is definitely the brightest and easiest at the same time. It's quite easy to blend the shades and they look bomb together. And usually it takes a lot of time to do smoky eyes, and with those shades it took me like 5 minutes. In the end I add eyeliner and mascara, and this is it. And let's do the last look. I'm gonna start with the shade Hacked. It is nude mauve matte shade, and I put it on my crease. It is quite pigmented, and I'm planning to do everyday look. Also, I put it under my eyes. It's gonna be base for shimmer. Next shade I'm gonna be using is VR. I would describe this shade as dark mauve with blue shimmers. This shade is not pigmented as I want it to be. You have to really dig in before you get any color, but the color is still pretty. The problem is the formula. I also put it under my eyes. I feel like it would be buttery soft formula. It would be much better and easier. But I feel like all Urban Decay Naked eyeshadow palettes have the same dry formula, which I'm not a huge fan of because it takes much more time to pick up the shade and to blend it and to build it, because dry eyeshadows are less buildable. And I finished my last makeup look. It's more everyday look. What do you guys think? So here is my final thoughts on this palette. I was so excited to try this palette because it looks beautiful, the packaging is super cool, and I like this ultraviolet theme. I like the colors, they are beautiful, but some of the shades did not pick up easily to the brush. I felt like I had to dig into the eyeshadow to get some color from it. I was literally rubbing my brush back and forth around 100 times to get some color, and I think it shouldn't have to be so hard to get them shade. And I put 100 layers, but all I got was a lot of fallout and no color at all. And I'm talking about shade Mind Sleep. This matte shade barely showed up, and that was such a disaster. I also didn't like shimmers Dazed and VR because they are super dry and it's really hard to pick them up. And the fact that it costs $49, I think it's a little bit pricey for this palette, where 3 shades are not as pigmented as it's supposed to be, but that's just my opinion. So if you guys like purple shades, if you okay with the dry formula, definitely go for it. I have very mixed emotions about this palette, so if you guys tried this palette, let me know in comments below what do you think. Thank you guys for watching my video, hope you enjoyed. Please share in comments below about your thoughts of those makeup looks and which one you like more. My favorite one is this one.